Thank you, Mr. Chairman and honorable members. My name is once again Christopher Gabriel.
Hello. Your affirmation to please.
Okay.
I affirm.
I affirm.
I,
Mr. Christopher Gabriel,
affirm that
all the evidence that I shall give here shall be the truth, the only truth. So help me God. Thank you.
Honourable Minister, we take it to mean that whatever he says are your submission.
Yes,
on this issue.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Permit me to say that the suspension of Munir Gwarzo, the suspended DG of SEC, was carried out in accordance with the public service rules. Because we believed that Munir Gwarzo is technically not the normal civil servant you would expect. He is a political appointee who has a tenure of appointment to run for the first 5 years and probably for another 5 years. So he comes under the purview of the public service rules. And the minister, in her position as the board, because as we are speaking now, there is no board of SEC. So she exercised the powers and functions of the board of SEC. And when these issues came up, she had the duty and responsibility to react in the public interest.
What are the issues that came up?
Those issues that are contained in the letter of suspension of Munir Gwarzo, they're already there in the letter. When these issues came via the whistleblower platform, which is being administered by the Office of the Honorable Minister, she had a duty and a responsibility in accordance with the policies of that whistleblower document to react by taking the necessary step in her position as the board of SEC to issue those suspension letters. Incidentally, the reference made by Mr. Munir Gwarzo to the public service rules, the relevant section, it was an oversight. We intended to have O. So what we should have had there was 030405 and 030406. We should assume that that should be the position. And in doing so, there is also the concomitant responsibility of the minister to ensure that those allegations are properly investigated. And she went to the step of constituting the administrative panel of inquiry. The administrative panel of inquiry, again, is in line with the provisions of the public service rules. Section 030406 again gives the minister the power, after suspending an officer, if she deems that there is need to make an investigation, to constitute the API, which is what she did. The assertion by the DG that the minister could not have suspended him because his appointment is, strictly speaking, in accordance with the ISA is not correct. Because if you look at the section, sorry, let me have the public service. Sorry, I'm coming. If you look at the provisions of the public service rule, the applicability of the public service rules, it states like this: a parastatal is a government-owned organization established by statute to render specific services to the public. It is structured and operates according to the instrument establishing it, and also comes under the policy directives of government. So it's not, strictly speaking, the ISA that governs matters of discipline and other issues that pertain to personnel of such institutions. You must go beyond the ISA and look at the policy directives of government. Again, if you look at the provisions of discipline as contained in the public service rules, the same section, I'm coming, sorry. Yes, no, 16. Good. Section 1605021 provides as follows. The provisions of section 2 to 6 in chapter 3. This chapter 3 contains the disciplinary procedures in the public service rules. And it provides here that the provisions of those sections of the public service rules shall guide all parastatals in addressing disciplinary matters, provided that where reference to Public Service Commission, head of the Civil Service of the Federation, or the permanent secretary, the board councils shall perform such functions. Which means, in performing its disciplinary role as the board, it must be guided by the provisions of the public service rules. So, looking at it in totality, there is no contravention of any existing statute or rules in the procedures taken by the minister in disciplining the suspended DG. We had also taken into cognizance the fact that the two other officers, that is the head of legal and the head of communications, does not, strictly speaking, come within our own responsibility. And we had made recommendations that their cases be referred back to the Commission for disciplinary action. So that will be communicated in due course, but we concentrated strictly on the issues as they pertain to the suspended DG of the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, in summary, we do not believe that we have gone outside the context of the law in dealing with this issue of the suspended DG. Thank you very much.
Question?
Yes.
I'll start from this way now. This is going to be 1 minute. It's going to be 1 minute this time.
Yes.
Director Lega.
Yes.
It's a very simple question.
Yes.
First of all, is there an act that established SEC?
There is an act.
Thank you.
The Investment and Securities Act.
Thank you. Does the act guide the rule and performance of all staffs in SEC?
Yes, it does.
Within that same act,
Yes.
Director Lega,
Yes.
there are disciplinary actions to be